Alright, we are back to finish this RCA tablet removal. So here's what I just did. I took some alcohol and basically just went around the frame, scrubbed it, made sure I got all of the glue, the adhesive residue off the frame. I don't want anything that gives it a high spots or a clicking sound when you press down on the actual glass or the digitizer. So go through and make sure that all of that glue is removed. Also making sure that we have a nice clean area for the new glass adhesive to stick down nice and tight. If you have any resistance or residual glue, it's sometimes be a high spot and actually cause the new digitizer to not adhere very well. I just want to around and make sure the LCD was nice and clipped in. We're just going to make sure we try to get all of the little cracked glass out from the sides of the digitizer here. And we're going to use a dry cloth to just remove fingerprints off of the screen. Don't use the alcohol cloth on it. It will streak and it's a little bit harder to clean off. So just going to try to tap it down the surface here and see if we can't get as much of that little fragments of digitizer out of the tablet. And just going around and just cleaning as much of that residue you can off and getting it nice and clean. We have our new glass here, and it comes in this little sealed bag. We're going to go ahead and just remove it here real fast. Now I moved the glass side, the touch side surface first, and I'm going to use my suction cup here to help me hold on to this. The goal is to give me a nice good handling surface. Now taking the adhesive or the little plastic protector off the other side will give us the glass surface. Now we don't want to touch this very much, but a lot of these that come, they have little dots of sand or whatever, so that same clean cloth that didn't have alcohol on it, it's going to go down, wipe it down, and just double check to make sure there's no little particles on it or anything like that. Now that we've done that, we're looking good. We're going to go ahead and peel back the adhesive layer here, and it'll reveal our adhesive tape. Now the next thing I'm going to do, actually I should have done this before I peeled the adhesive off, is I'm just going to pull the top portion of the tablet forward a little bit off of the backing. The goal is to make sure that the ribbon cable for the digitizer comes through, so I'm just going to set it off. This gives me a little extra space. Double check it, I didn't want to make sure I put any fingerprints on it. Alright. Alright, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and put the ribbon cable into its slots. Make sure we line the camera up nice and good as we place this glass down. So we got the ribbon cable through, and we're going to line up the glass at the very bottom. We're just going to set it in. Now before I push it down nice and tight, I'm going to check the corners all the way around to make sure that it's sitting flush. Now if you need to pull it off, I still can. Just checking to make sure that it's sitting in there nice and well. This is the tricky part, so go around the sides and just double check to make sure the glass is in there in its frame. Don't want it to stick off at all. Just checking the sides. If you need to, you can use the suction cup to kind of pull it downwards. The suction cup you can buy off of eBay. You can just go to Home Depot and get a tile suction cup here as well. That's really what this is used for. Just going to try to pull it down a little bit. I got a little bit of a high spot on the top. Just going to use my suction cup to give me that leverage to move the adhesive just a little bit. Kind of pull back the frame, try to give it a little bit of a gap. Alright, looks nice. Now the next thing we're going to do is just go ahead and reinsert the ribbon cable here. So pull back the little connector slot, insert the cable as far as you possibly can, and then you're going to flip the connector just back down, like so. Now before we go too much further, what we're going to want to do next is just double check the device to make sure it's responding to touch before you reassemble it. That way we don't put it together and have to remove it and disassemble it again. Now if you're really nervous that your digitizer might not work, what I would suggest doing is before you start peeling the plastic backing away, you can actually connect it and into the back of the tablet and check it before you actually glue it down. But I've had pretty good luck, so I'm not too concerned about it. Now we have an additional film on the front here we're going to go ahead and just pull off. If I had fingernails, this might make this job a little bit easier. Give it just a second. Oh, here we go. There's a spot that's coming up. So I can't get my fingernail underneath it. There we go. Reveals a nice clean surface for us. It's going to give it a few seconds to boot up. When it is responding to touch for us, just going to make sure that all kind of sides of the screen work, all the home buttons on the screen are going to function properly for us. That way we know we have the cable inserted nice and tight. Perfect. Looks like it's scrolling well side to side. Just going to use the back button and the home button. Excellent. Everything seems to be functioning properly for us. We're going to go ahead and insert and slide the power button, volume button, charging port area into the rear frame first where the screws go. Make sure all the buttons are lined up, and then we're going to clip it back into place. Just pressing around the screen to make sure the connectors, the little clips on the frame, move back into their right spots. Excellent. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is just go ahead and reinsert the two screws using our Phillips head screwdriver that we removed to go ahead and pull these out. This is a pretty easy repair on a little bit more economical tablet. So if you found the video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button for me, please. I'll have some more videos coming out, some charging port videos. I have an S4, an S4 active, an S2 full process of disassembly and Loca repair. So if you want to check it out, subscribe to me, and you'll see those upcoming in the next week or a couple days as well. Thanks for watching again, you guys, and I'll see you on my next video.